perfectly good train that will go through Denver on its way to California. But that's not why I wrote it. I just wanted to make it to Galesburg quickly today. So I cheated. Wow, I've never seen a switch engine quite like that. One at the back of this thing. Interesting.
I got a call about a train with fuel on New Long 3. Is that train on New Long 3 or is that 1? Oh, okay, copy. Hey, the one I called you about is actually going to be New Long 2 now instead of North 10, so this is also be coming in here shortly. Alright, so that's going to be on New Long 2. And then the one coming in on New Long 3, that'll be South End, it'll unfortunately also be fuel, but your next one. Alright, 10-4. Correct.
Man, I remember Bull Durham tobacco. It was kind of weird tobacco, but it did make a good cigarette. It came in a pouch, and it was almost like, I don't know, almost like flakes of tobacco. And it came with papers. And as a kid, for a quarter, I could get myself a pouch of Bull Durham. And you know what? I haven't smoked for years, although I smoked most of my life, but I haven't smoked for 20 years. And this year probably marks 20 years since I quit smoking. But when I'm hopping freight trains, every once in a while I want that roll your own cigarette. They really are a good cigarette. And I'll see somebody rolling up some Bugler or something like that. And for just an instant, I'm kind of wishing I was rolling one up. So, there you go. Casey's General Store. This seems appropriate. Getting ready to ride the Z train, Cheyenne, and gotta have a little Casey's pepperoni pizza as a little toast to stove. Well, this could be me. It's a little early, but if it's a stacked train slowing down. down.
This is about the time my train should be pulling in here. But I'm beginning to think maybe it isn't stopping here.
Oh, this one might be stopping.
Yeah, here we go. This is probably me.
Well, my new bivvy is getting the full-fledged test tonight. First time out of the box. I missed hopping a couple of trains. I just couldn't get a ride, and or I, didn't have enough time. These hot shots right here where I am, they stop it's a very short stop, and just haven't had a chance yet. And I'm not even sure the train I want runs tomorrow, so I'll have to do a little research, see if I can figure that out. Well, it rained all night. I couldn't find rides on them, nor could I verify that it's the train I wanted. And this is on the Transcon, and the Denver to Chicago train. It's the only one that goes where I want to go, and I'm not sure it runs every night anymore. And it looked like more international cans. So anyway, I ended up just deciding to spend the night here. It was starting to rain, and so there's my new bivvy. We'll see what to do. I think I'll hide my stuff and goof around here in Galesburg, maybe. Or pack up and just go back downtown with everything. It's not that far, a couple miles, all the further it was. Anyway, sit here and think a while, have some breakfast. My personal warning system is off at the moment. We'll keep an eye out. So I just was over on an abandoned bridge, and it made a nice place for me to camp out last night, and then I was getting my stuff ready for tonight. And there's a fence that blocks the bridge off from the neighborhood, from the old road there. And all of a sudden up pulls a police officer. Well, I guess one of the neighbors didn't like the fact that I was on that bridge. So he came over, just wondered what I was doing, and I told him I was just a wandering photographer going to get some night shots. And as he left, he stopped and talked to the neighbor, and I could overhear their conversation just a bit, and the guy was complaining that I was a train hopper. And so as soon as the cop left, I packed my shit up and brought it further down the line where I'm better hidden from everybody. And here come two more cops. So I don't know if one was a railroad cop or what. But anyway, they kind of looked the scene over again and then left. So I'm hidden and hoping I can make it out of here. I think I'm going to take the first thing that stops regardless and just see where we end up. But yeah, the cop was very nice gentleman. And it sort of amazes me that so often the police are better than the people they're protecting in a way, in understanding that not everyone fits life exactly the same, So, well, life in the fast lane. My personal warning system has gone off. It isn't focusing there. But it was yellow over red, which is approach limited, which means the train has to be prepared to stop at the next signal.
Doesn't look like it's stopping to me, but I'm gonna pack up and be ready anyway. Well, I'm rolling out of Galesburg. I'm taking a chance on this train. It's midnight. It's an hour and a half later than I would expect my train to have been. I'm rolling out of here. I figure the worst case scenario, I will end up in Fort Madison where I can get off, regroup, and come back up here. Or I'll go where I want to go and be on my way to Denver. But only one way to find out, and that's get on this train and go. I had a tough time figuring out which train is which here. And it's not like they advertise it. So my hope is that it's running an hour and a half later than normal. So we'll see if that was the case. I will know before I get to Fort Madison because, you know, we'll cross the Mississippi River at Burlington, Iowa. And hopefully I'll feel the train make like a big right turn up here, head that way. We'll find out though. That was where I needed to be. Going right over there. And we aren't going that way. On the map, and it looked to me like maybe we're headed straight for Burlington. So it's quite possible that I've got the correct train after all, and we're on the Chicago-Denver train. Fingers crossed that that's the case. We'll know pretty soon because we'll cross the bridge at Burlington over their vertical lift drawbridge, or we won't.
So there's a pretty good gap between the sideboard and the wheel, and it's a bigger gap than I like. And it's good for filming, getting video facing the front of the train, which is really hard to do when that gap's smaller, but it's too easy to see in, and it shortens the amount of usable space. I thought we'd probably be going again already. Oh, I hear the air coming in. I walked a couple cars back to see if there was a better ride, and I think I'm just gonna have to wait till morning and kind of look down the train as we're going. In the meantime, I'm not gonna complain. It's almost like a summer evening. It is so beautiful. Mississippi and the vertical lift bridge into Burlington. Woohoo!
passing as soon as that coal scuttle gets on past. Looks like we must just be waiting on another train or something. I'm tired of that wind. If I knew a train would stop right here, I'd go camp out and wait till tomorrow. Yeah, I don't like this at all. If this were somewhere where I knew, you know, the train stopped here regularly, I could just get off and get on the next one, I'd probably go hide about now. But I don't have that option. It just seems something's amiss here, but we'll see. Man, I was afraid that the spaces around these wheels were too big and made it way too easy to be seen. So I've got a sneaking suspicion that's going to come back to bite me. Those trailer wheels were moved quite a ways back on the trailer. That's why that space is so big. But anyway, I don't think this is ending well. I just have that feeling. They're waiting on the police to get here, and then they'll slow roll the train. That'll be that. And so I decided that I looked at this little town, and there's no way to get off here and have any, it was miles to where I could get on Amtrak or something like that. So I just decided that to heck with it. If I'm going to get busted, I might as well be on a better ride. So I moved to a better ride, and we've been sitting now for a couple of hours. So, you know, I'm going to ride Dirty Face for a while, and then I'll ride Clean Face as it cools off. But I wanted the sun. It feels good today. And the wind has died down off and on, but it's much better now than it was. We had to travel at a restricted speed. It was so bad. But anyway, that's all behind us now. It's still very breezy, but not, you know, not that. Lots of slow orders today. Ordinarily we would have already been in Denver by now. knock that signal down. I kind of wish we'd go just a little faster through here. This is all on fire right in here. I'm sitting outside of the yard by a grain elevator, and I'm sorry I didn't get footage, and I don't even know if this will end up in a video, but man, I slept like a rock. This train got delayed by fire and everything else, wind, and got in here about 4 in the morning. And I thought we were in maybe Akron or somewhere. It didn't seem like we were going very fast. And so I kind of started to wake up a little bit, and all of a sudden I see buildings and realize we're in Denver. And by the time I got my crap together, that train had rolled deep. I mean, I had a spot where I normally would like to get off, and you know, where I get on the train, I kind of like to get off, but it rolled deep into the intermodal yard, right past security and everything else, and it's like, son of a bitch. I had to cross lines of cars, park trailers, into the regular freight classification yard where they kick cars here. They have a flat switching yard, so there's stuff moving by itself. And I get part way, and man, I'm just exhausted, you know, overheated, and I have to take a break. So I just get my pack off, lay down by one of the cars there, and I had my sweatshirt on, get my sweatshirt off and get rested, cool down. And right about then they moved a string of cars out of the way, and I could see I could cut over to this grain elevator and make my way out eventually, which I did. But I'm still like out of breath, and then I realized, fuck, I forget, you know, Denver's a mile high, man. And it makes a hell of a difference if you're carrying the load, I'll tell you what. And I just laid out right here last night and called it good. Needed to get some sleep, and there we go. My luxurious spot for the evening last night. I'm getting a real bed tonight. Got to get my laundry done. Anyway, Denver, Colorado.